the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 40-yard line. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951. And he threw for 554 yards in that game. And later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been... trying to... and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Carlos Dunlap. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, but when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Dante Jackson picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
At the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards to the Panther 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. That time trying to find Gerald Everett. And that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Bridgewater again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
2-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
First half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
On the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. These kickers now, used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. The Carolina offense about ready to go. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset, because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more than he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Airing this one out for Evans. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
The pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw is Bridgewater. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Bridgewater sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
So now the Cowboys will line up to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 2-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Bridgewater to throw it. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Touchdown.
A big play there. Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
When you start at your own 20, oftentimes defenses play you for the run. They stack the line of scrimmage. They decided, let's not run into that mess. Let's get outside, get to the perimeter, go high, wide, and handsome, and throw that bad boy downfield.
Beautiful ball, good catch, and then it was off to the races, one play, and in the end zone. Back to throw. Pressure comes in, he's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Well, they tried to get two and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater getting this complete to McCaffrey, and he's got this down to the 35. Another nice game. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments.
None.
If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get...
You need it?
Oh shit, I need to get y'all candy tomorrow.
Alright.
Text me and remind me.
Alright.
Going right here.
Yeah, like
McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again.
I said you had
Things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
She forgets something.
Brings up
She forgets
2nd
something.
and 10 at the Cowboys' 35-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. It was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Oh my God.
A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
On the way
And let's
every
count him up
time.
now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Now back to throw. Steps away. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to.
It's a foot race. 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Down right around the 25. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. He's got daylight. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Back to it after the pick 6, Bridgewater. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater now. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now, Bridgewater, and down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long for Bridgewater.
Bridgewater's
coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
at their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he is all the way up past the 25.
The second down pass.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Teddy Bridgewater and his Panthers ready to go again. And this is, unfortunately for him, a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Bridgewater sacked.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Thrown to the sideline.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater again. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And they work this out past the 25.
Toss play to the running back.
25 yards the pick up there, and also a 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
The pass.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He's going to take another shot here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record.
But he's in trouble, and he's taken down. Good. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
At their own 25-yard line.
Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they show confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Eluding the pressure right. Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. And got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there, with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. K1 Short has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is?
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in. And the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fielded at the 43. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 24-10 was your final. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And that one's gone to halftime with the visiting Jags out in front. DJ Chark, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. 16-10, the final. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
It's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
On the deep ball.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say that...
And my goodness, another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send the guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a big...
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disrupt.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. He's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field.
At the 5-yard line.
He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in... range and the ball doesn't go through the post, but it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Yeah, like it wasn't high school go to.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Hey, bro, do you have a charger? No. Cause he said, "Give you a charger." I was like, "Oh, you have a charger?" Cause earlier I got my came out from like, I was like, "No, I got your damn charger." Yeah, I don't know.
Now it's the backup Greer into the hands of his receiver Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Oh.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Greer's pass.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in.
I mean,
the offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
47-yard line.
first down. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
The Cowboys will line
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And the Cowboys defense, they march back out onto the field. Greer and the Panthers set to go first and 10 at their own 26. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On third and long, here's Greer. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Greer's pass intended for...
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now come the Cowboys. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big
pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Shaq Thompson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And it's third.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to try and go deep again. And now here is another interception. It's Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's
looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Conversion is successful and makes the score.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 20.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier. Tackled.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me.
And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
From just shy of midfield, Greer. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Greer. Open man is Anderson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Bridgewater able to get this to Thomas, his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete to Ian.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Greer. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. but what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game.
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The kick is good. Makes the score Cowboys 86.
So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15.
Complete to number 4.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Play to the running back.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys add on.
Point conversion.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Being chased out left. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 76 yards. And the Panthers gain a bit of respectability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And this offense continues to pour it on. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down. So we'll have to see what that's about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And we're back now in Charlotte, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll throw from the gun. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Greer to throw on 3rd and 1. And that one off the mark. A little late with the throw. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2000...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Back to the air. Greer on 2nd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball.
That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. End zone yet again. as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No, okay.
And the Panthers coming out now. Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Will Greer sacked.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block. I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Greer. Quick slant, caught by Moore. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
At their own 20-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And you've got to imagine the celebration is already well underway. Smiles on that sideline. Still a little time left, but 16-0 appears to all. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. Flat out can't be stopped as his guys continue to pour it on. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways. Either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense.
Oh, now Greer, he fumbled the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Christian McCaffrey. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Third and 2, Greer to the right side and complete to Thomas. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Wiggles free. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
A big play there. finding the end zone yet again. And this offense is running away with this one. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And that one needed a little time to develop because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time, because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern, but also great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball to see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other. That usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it, as we just saw there.
28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
someone
well.
else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Greer operating from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Cowboys add on. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st down, it's Greer. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Greer. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 13. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
The Cowboys will line up.
Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. to throw again. Greer. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Greer. On the move to his left. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Greer. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, Greer, and Stills over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, Greer.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Greer on 3rd down. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. First down, Greer. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Greer, 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 26-yard line.
Greer looks to throw again. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Operating in the red zone now, Greer. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And for a 2nd straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. He'll rifle this one, and that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
50 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Ben Gideon in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He may try and run for this. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Greer. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking to go back to Stills, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.